Today I want to continue on with the wainscoting along this wall like I did by the fireplace, so let's get started on that. This one's a little trickier because I gotta be able to slide the tongue in and cut a hole in the middle of this. I may have cut this too big, but I've got a leftover GFI cover here, so I'm going to see if it covers the gap. Yeah. And it looks alright. Only got 4 more left, might not get that far here. Alright, well, we're going to have to find something else to do here. Used up all the whitewash boards that I have. Alright, it's 2:30. I forgot to eat lunch, so I'm going to take a break, have some lunch, and also have some tea. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I've been pretty obsessed with drinking tea lately, so if you know of any good tea I should try, or if you're from a country where you drink a lot of tea, let me know what you like and how you do it. Buddy found this in the woods here. Kind of cool. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got Bengal spice. Alright. So it is a cold but beautiful sunny day here. and I think after lunch I'm gonna take a walk down to the waterfall, and I'll show you guys the west half of the property here. I don't think I've ever shown the west half much, so we'll do that. And so it doesn't get too boring, I'll tell you guys a little story about myself and how I learned to do things. Okay, this is a story about how I learned how to do all the different stuff that I do for the cabin. So I was very fortunate. I hit the lottery to have two really good parents who are both teachers. And I think if you want a good lot in life, being born to two teachers is a good way to go about it. You grow up learning about a lot of things, but you don't grow up spoiled or anything like that. And my dad was a high school shop teacher. Technology education was what he called it, and that was the term back then. But I mean, he was a shop teacher. He taught wood shop, drafting, electrical, small engine, sometimes a little metal, and so he had a lot of skills. So I don't think that the camera picks it up, but this is the stream where the spring drains to, and it doesn't really look like you can tell, but there's a natural bowl in the ground here. And one of my long-term ambitions is, when I get a piece of machinery, to take down these cedars and use the machinery to berm up a dam down here and make a little pond. Doubt if I'll ever get to it, but I'd love to do that one day. This is an old logging road that's almost all grown in. And growing up, he always did everything. I don't think we ever had anyone in the house, contractor, to do stuff. And he built an addition, he remodeled our house, whatever it was, he would do it. And I was right there by his side when he was doing all this stuff. And I know a lot of you are going to think that he taught me all this stuff, and to a degree he did, but I didn't have the attention span or the memory to actually remember the techniques of what he taught me. But there was one lesson that stuck with me and has helped me to learn how to do things now, and that was just having the privilege of observing him figure out how to do things that he didn't know how to do, or just seeing him do things in general that were so mysterious to me. He might have taught me how to wire an outlet, but I didn't remember that. I had to reteach myself that when I got older. So I hope that, and this is not a brag, because you guys who watch know that I do stuff wrong all the time. You could come in this cabin and point out 50 things that are wrong. But I hope that by seeing some of this stuff, it can inspire you to not necessarily do it how I do it, but go out and figure out how to do something you don't know how to do and achieve it successfully. Some of my favorite parts here. Waterfall. So an interesting story about this waterfall. I didn't even know that it was on the property until after I bought it. I walked up to the top of the hill, looked at the view, walked around a bit, and I kind of knew it was the property for me. And then as a bonus, when we came back out after we closed, we found this. Cabin looks nice with the sun hitting it. Or this rafter is the rafter that holds up the roof of the bedroom. And so this right here is outside wall. And also over there and that last bay over there is outside wall. So I'm going to start insulating up and around here. And I think I'm just going to take the insulation all the way down to here because it's probably easier than trying to put boards across and everything. So let's work on that right now. And I've said it a couple times, but the roof is insulated on the outside, so I don't have to do anything to the roof. It's got 6 inches of XPS on top. So I went over this pretty thoroughly in another video, but I get a couple comments on it. This is double wall stovepipe, and it looks like it's upside down because you can see how this one fits downwards, which normally if it's single wall it'd be backwards. But there's another layer inside that laps over the top of this one, so it actually does face the right way, and the creosote, if it drips down, it will stay inside the pipe. And the required clearance is 6 inches to any combustible, and it's actually 14 inches back here, so it kind of looks close on camera, but it's really not close. Alright, we got that little bit of white washed wainscoting in there, and then I worked on insulating, and so we got that done up there, and I did above the door there in that corner was pretty hard to do, but I think I got it pretty good. And didn't work too hard today, kind of walked around a bit, enjoyed the outside, and I do have my extension to bring my chimney up high enough, but I'm under strict orders not to go on the roof by myself, so I didn't do that yet. So that'll do it. We'll see you guys next week.